You tell us how you use the AI to.
Okay,
That's
tell
exactly
him.
where I'm here. You see, the first point I want to
Oh,
make
Lord.
is that the only thing
I
I
had
agree
no plans
with
on laughing
Akins,
today, honestly.
the only thing on which I agree with Akins here is the party Hiansika comment. Because when they were doing the so-called interministerial task force that President Akufo-Addo said he placed his presidency on the line for, when people complained about them enabling the Galamsey, party Hiansika is a known comment in this country. We can Google the videos
In
right
both
now.
parties.
No,
In both
it's
parties.
in your party.
In both
There's
parties.
no record of an NDC person ever saying party Hiansika and Yankoye Galamsey.
I mean,
but there's a
shown you
record
Kweku
of yours.
I've told you
There's a
about
record-
Kweku Wine.
let me make my point.
I've told you about
There's
Kweku
a
Wine.
record
Now
of
let's
your party people saying that. So that's the only thing I agree on. The claim that NDC youth said they are coming to power to do Galamsey, MFA. To be fair to the NDC youth, they are not vague, amorphous characters. They are identifiable people. There are people who openly identify with the NDC youth and the NDC youth wing. To make such a claim, he must substantiate it.
Go on with
and so
how,
you should make
go,
him do that.
Go on with how
Then-
we're fighting
then I'm going to do that, but it's just fair to me to put that point across.
He's heard you.
Then, when it comes to the use of AI to fight Galamsey, a lot of people think that AI is just used to correct their bad English. That's what they think. But AI includes a lot. And I'm going to show you how geofencing, which President Mahama said he's going to use to fight Galamsey, works. What geofencing does is that you map an area virtually. When you map the area virtually, you are able to track activities within the area, exits and entries within that particular area. Having done that, the AI develops intelligence, is able to tell you this is the number of people at a particular place at a particular time. That is why, even if you are using Google Map, you use Google Map, MFA, don't you? When you get to a point in the road, the Google Map is able to tell you there's congestion at Siashi. Do you know how they are able to do it? It is geofencing. The whole country has been mapped virtually. And so they are able to tell you there's congestion at Siashi. And so divert to this place and you can have a shorter route to pass. That is how geofencing works. And so when the areas are mapped geographically, virtually they are mapped, you are able to detect movement of vehicles, including the vehicles they use in doing Galamsey, the Chenfans and all these things they use. When you are able to track that from the various units, can I? Because it's an important thing that people understand.
It is a very important.
Because I saw a lot of ignorance displayed, even by my own uncle Richard Ahiangba, on this issue. So it is important that we educate people on the particular issue. So please, MFI, if you allow me to land my points, I would really appreciate it. When you geofence an area, you are able to detect, using various other resources, including the softwares and satellite cameras. You could fly in drones when you detect entries that you don't expect. In that way, we can geofence areas that we have designated as forest reserves. We can geofence areas we have designated as parks. We can geofence areas we have designated as river bodies in which mining is not supposed to be done. When such activities are tracked over there, the response is much easier. You know you are going to a particular target. One of the things that made the fight against Galamsey difficult is because we did not localize the fight. Oh, it's in Accra. Oh, see, you have set up interministerial committee, and then you have entered helicopter. You flew there 1 week and you leave, and you think the activity will not continue. Your helicopter is what's going to stop the people. But if you have a way of having an eye there, even without humans over there, when the task force moves in, when police moves in, they know we have tracked this particular vehicle moving into this particular area at this particular time. When vehicles gather at a particular place and they stay over a number of period of time, and you know by as a state that this thing is not supposed to be here by this number of time, you act. That is how it works. So AI is not about ChatGPT.
I have a question.
AI is not only ChatGPT.
Julius, I have a question.
AI is involved in a lot of things. AI is involved in how you're able to use
I also have
Google
a
Map
question.
and
I have a
all those things.
question.
I also have
You
a
have to
If
give
you
me
are
that question
unable
to
to
ask.
understand and comprehend this basic thing, then please, there are several questions that need to be asked to
I have a
yourself
question.
about your understanding of what
I have
artificial
a question.
intelligence is.
I have a question.
Yeah.
And I think that when a lot of people, including myself, heard AI, the challenge was not whether or not we understand AI.
The challenge was what?
So this geofencing that you have said,
Yes.
which means that this time around, if it is done,
Yes.
as you have said,
Yes.
we are able to detect who is doing what
Yes.
at a time that they are not supposed to be doing it.
Yes.
Or who is not licensed to be doing something
Yes.
that, or let's just say who is mining illegally at a particular
Yeah.
time, including all the variables that will be in there. But if you look at the challenge with if you look at the challenge of Galamsey now, it has always been the fact that what happens to the ones that we are able to manually, without AI, detect and what happened to them.
What do you mean by without manually?
No, without using AI, but manually. We didn't use geofencing, but we're able to detect, this place has been...
No, by the time
we
you came,
investigate, we find names, we do this,
by
but
the
we
time you
act.
came, mostly the people who are actually responsible, whose vehicles they are and all those things, by the time you came, the people are usually gone. You don't find them. You don't know who was there. But if you have a situation where you can have real-time feedback,
You can,
when the
like you
people
can catch
enter,
people count. That's
of
what
course,
you mean.
Yes. If you do not take time to read or learn or know what the issue is about, don't comment.
So
Don't
now
go
we
and
are, so now we
display
are cutting out.
ignorance.
So we are cutting out the people that we will need for investigation. We are cutting out basically because when we catch you red-handed and all of that, then there's only so much little you can do to escape.
When the fact speaks for itself, there's
Then
no
that's
bad.
it.
But
Okay, what's the question you
again, this, technology cannot work without humans. After all, the investigative institutions will still have to work. When you catch the people, it gives them real-time feedback.
if
Task
it works,
forces
we'll be happy
response to
though.
it.
You see,
The Minerals
Emeka,
Commission, and you
what's the
see
question?
people who listen to that conversation where President Mahama made that statement. Of course, the media wants what would give them frenzy. People shouting all over the place. And so they picked only the AI component. He spoke about a whole lot of things, including decentralizing licensing scheme, including chiefs and all those things. When I was entering University of Ghana School of Law, the essay I had to write was on Galamsey. And one of the issues I identified was the fact that the land tenure system we have. The land belongs to the chief, but the one who has the right to give license over it is at Jubilee House. Then people come into the land and the people are strange to the chief. And then you come and complain, chiefs, you are part of the problem. Then another time, because the land belongs to the chief and the one who gives the license is in Accra, the chief gives it to the people. By the time the one who actually has the right to authorize notices, the people are gone. And so it becomes a problem as to who traces the people. President Mahama is now saying that to prevent all of those things, we would involve the locals in the process as well. President Mahama discussed several things in that statement, but they picked the AI component because, well, it will give the media friends, but even that is because they do not understand. And as I said, if you geofence an area, you can get indications real time, similar to how Google Map is able to give you an indication that there's, a traffic at Shiashi. It is not magic, it is real.